Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle Anungu.
Yes, traders. Hello. Welcome to Penny Stocks Live, the American Investor Show. Shout out to all the people coming into the chat room. This is episode 279, and it's called Up and Down Trading because I don't know where the hell this market is going, dude. Damn, no signs at all. I'm looking to make some kind of long-term play here, but I'm just not getting any kind of directional indication of where this market is going. All right. Shout out again to the people coming into the chat room and watching this in the future. Jim Gray, Woody Wright, Bill Betts, what's up, man? One Day Casa, Cali Rob, what's up? Stockerfella, Gregory Jones, Gucci, Jeff Thayer, Ad De Leon, Free Ride, Mission Partner, Eban R, James Cade, Big Ken. Shout out to all of you. Gerardo, what's up, man? Appreciate you guys joining me. My apologies for yesterday. Something came up last minute. I had a lot of work to do, and just got behind. So I had to take care of some things, but I'm back. And if we have a really good day tomorrow, unusual action, I mean double-digit gains and more than a dozen or so stocks, then I definitely want to do a Friday show to talk about it because I know I owe you guys one. But hopefully we get the volatility tomorrow because we definitely didn't get it today. Those of you guys who are following my post on Twitter, basically the only thing that I looked forward to this morning was Roku. Roku is a stock that, I had been talking about on this channel for quite a while. I said it was a piece of shit stock. And, when you know something and you just don't act on it because you doubt yourself, and that's how I feel going into Roku. I knew it was a piece of shit. But looking at where the trade is, I don't know if I would have made good money if I had went in beforehand because, as you can see here, going into earnings yesterday, the stock rallied. And knowing me, I would have probably had bought puts right here. So I would have just came out even. This is what I would probably have seen as maybe somebody's got some inside information on a possible unexpected earnings win. So I probably wouldn't have bought puts on that move going into earnings. All right, but Roku delivered a solid number, actually. That's actually a solid number. All right, I was impressed. I still think the stock, the company is a piece of shit long term. I think it's another GoPro, but at the end of the day, those were some solid numbers, and the stock will bounce. And it did bounce today from the lows. In fact, let's look at the 5-minute chart. And basically, you had to really kind of get in here at the open. All right, you kind of had to get in here on the open, and that's really, that's basically all you could have done. It was, really kind of one of those sub 10 RSI plays where you just had to buy because it was just so low. It just made sense for you to jump in. All right, didn't go heavy because you just never know with these things, but with the fact that it had a good number, you went higher. But it looks like the market's kind of slowing down a little bit. Shorts got annihilated, absolutely. Shorts got absolutely annihilated. And I don't know why you would have shorted this, just because, again, if you took a look at the number, it's actually very impressive. It was actually really impressive. Year-over-year revenue growth almost 40%. So people are buying Rokus. You know, funny because a lot of that shit is built in to most brand new TVs today. You know, so obviously we still have a large amount of you know, television owners out there who aren't switching to smart TVs or who haven't yet done so. What's going on, Lord Yase? Stock God. All right. So you guys know what I traded. I'm going to need tickers from you guys today because, man, this market was especially the large caps, you know, moving a lot more into options. LDSR up 37%. What's moving LDSR? You guys keep bringing it up, but nobody wants to call in and tell me what the hell's moving it. 305-600-2896. I'll give them the ka-ching for that. They definitely deserve it, man. Look at that, dude. We're talking about 0022 to a penny. 0022 to a penny. I mean, okay, let's go ahead. I just want to see what kind of return that is. I want to see what kind of return that is. And again, it's a solid return. Let's see here. If I was interested, where would I have gotten in at? Again, you know I love the 50 cross. Shout out to all the people who got that, who got access to my Google Drive and watched those videos from them. Aren't they great videos? Aren't they great videos? Again, here, this would have been my entry, the 50-line cross at 0040. All right, and then you would sell after it breaks the 5 to 10 crossover. Again, that comes from the book that I sent along with the guys who were who got that Google Drive. And yeah, you're basically still in the trade here on the hourly. You're basically still in the trade. Wow. Again, that's how I would have played that. That's how I would have played that. But again, my money's been in options. Solid return. I'm just curious, what's that? Let me do the math on that real quick. In fact, man, that's a fucking monster kill. Look at that.
Monster kill.
That's a freaking awesome trade. 0022. I think this is Ken calling up.
Hey, how's it going?
Going, Ken. How are you, bro?
I think I brought that LDSR up on your show last week.
I think, yes, you did. Yes, you did. I have it listed here from last week, Wednesday, LDSR. Man, 581% gain.
Oh, my God.
581% gain since February 12th, bro. 10 days? Are you fucking serious? And that's not even all business days.
Amazing.
Because, I mean, we were off, like, what was that, last Monday? I mean, this is insane, man.
Yeah, it is. It's a crypto stock. And, you know, it was interesting. When it came down from 0058 to 0022 intraday last Tuesday,
yeah.
There was someone dumping a lot of stock there, tremendous amounts of, and then it turned around.
Well, yeah, somebody obviously bought those up. I mean, we saw the bullish momentum come back into the trade there on the 9th through the 14th. Then, man, it hasn't slowed down since.
Unbelievable! Wow. I hope people on the show bought it, made money.
Well, that's nice. I mean, you're high now. I'm guessing you're taking profits, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You got it.
Absolutely.
Maybe it gets to 2 cents, and then it's coming down. I think.
We'll see. But Ken, obviously you're looking at some other things. What are you taking a look at?
Yeah, I wanted you to look at the RXMD, red X-ray Mary David. I got in that at 7 cents this morning, and they're a prescription drug company, and they have 300 million shares outstanding on the float.
Okay, RXMD. Now for a float that large, it's moving really nicely though, man. I mean, these have got to be. You've got to have some large holders in here for a stock moving like that with 300 million in the float.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.
Wow. 8 cent stock, So, yeah, I mean, they got to have some guys in here who are holding some huge positions on that. So I would be careful with that, too. But, again, another nice little solid ride. This one just can take a look at the chart. Just looking at it, I can see here up 400% since, what is that, February 8th. So not too long on that one either.
Wow. Let's go to AKER. AKER is one that I brought up on the show. It rested, and it's moving again.
Yeah,
and I think
it's so funny because we brought this up last week, and I questioned what was the incentive of continuing to buy this stock. And, you really couldn't give me an answer for that. And,
no,
and
I couldn't.
No one else really could. But, I mean, the FDA thing, it said, did we get any clarification? I don't see any news clarifying it. But still, traders aren't hesitating to buy it. And as you can see here, broke out past the gap after the fill, found some support there at the top of that, falling window, and then bounced right off there. So nice day over these last 2 days.
Yeah, thank you. And I wanted to mention, because I don't know, you didn't have the show last night, did you, by any chance?
No, I did not have a show last night.
Oh, okay. So yesterday I was in communication with Bats via Twitter regarding his AKS, and I was saying if it was me, I would sell it, and because I know he was up like 20-something%, and he did sell it. He did. He was. It was good, communicating with him. It's come down from the levels we spoke about yesterday. You got this market's choppy, and sure it might go higher, but why give up? He had a decent profit on that.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, it basically hit the 200, and now it's acting almost as if it's some kind of wall for the stock. So last 2 days haven't been the greatest. I think the doji 2 days prior was the indication to go ahead and sell the stock, and that's good for him. If Bats is he in the chat room? I don't see him just yet, but yeah, shout out to Bat Scientist for selling if he in fact did. So that was definitely a nice trade going in that multiple days.
He tweeted that he did, which is great.
Yeah, solid return. I'm seeing here the entry was back on the 9th, 50 cross, and beautiful, absolutely beautiful return there.
Yeah, it really is. I have a question for you. Look at the major averages like the SPY, the DIA, IWM. They're all at the 50-day moving average right now. So you think we're at an inflection point? I mean, we have a hard move. I don't know what direction. It depends on interest rates, I guess. But maybe it's not such a stupid idea to play some calls and puts on and going out like 3-4 weeks. I think you would make money because I think we're going to have some large swings.
Yeah, I would definitely go with a spread here as well. I mean, I thought they were going to continue to keep the bubble going by talking about some infrastructure, but I don't know where the administration's been this last 2 weeks. I mean, they've been kind of mum on that. And if you were telling me, besides this shooting situation, which is a horrible tragedy, I don't know what's going on in Washington right now. I mean, I don't know what's the policy for 2018. So right now, gun control is front and center, but hopefully we can get back to talking about, maybe building some roads or getting fiber across the country or something like that where business can get another infusion of cash that maybe got left on the table after the tax plan. We'll see.
You also remember that I think a lot of retail stocks are reporting next week, and Walmart had horrible earnings. So I don't know. I tend to slant bearish, but it's so hard. So I guess hedging is the right way to go.
Yeah, but Walmart bounced a little bit today. I mean, you saw a little bit of recovery on that. Look, at the end of the day, they're still America's largest retailer.
Right.
So look, at the end, I don't know. I mean, what's your thoughts on Walmart? Because I'm looking to do a spread on Walmart as well. I'd love to.
I know, I read that.
The $100 calls are dirt cheap right now, but are we going to get back to that? Well, I'm interested in what you think about it.
So, they bought Jet. Didn't they buy Jet.com? What was it, a year or two?
Yes.
Is that still causing, they're still having losses from the expenditure on that, or is that now?
I haven't gotten any clarification on whether. I figured it's been fully absorbed into the company. I mean, it's been the foundation of their web presence and really what's kind of kept the stock going over the last 6 months. Them introducing free 2-day shipping and all that things to kind of compete with Amazon. So I figure that's probably, if they are losing money, it shouldn't be too much of a bad thing for Walmart right now.
Okay. it has come down a lot, which is
Yeah.
good. I mean, it's a tough one. You got to see if it stabilizes, right?
Absolutely.
What more? McDonald's. McDonald's has come down a lot, and a friend of mine, he's saying go buy calls and that on MCD. I think you talked about McDonald's, and you said, "Where the hell's the growth?" There's no growth.
Yeah, so the last report I read on McDonald's, the one previous to the one that was reported at the beginning of this month, it showed that McDonald's predominant growth is overseas. So their U.S. store growth is in the single digits. Obviously, it's a very mature company. They already have over 2,000 locations, I think stateside as well. And I think they include a few locations in Mexico along with that. But outside of the continental North America, that's predominantly where their growth is. So
right, and you said a friend of yours owned a franchise, McDonald's friend, and it was great years ago, but now he's like...
Absolutely, absolutely. Right now, slowing, and he's looking to sell. And right now, McDonald's, they're pretty much getting out of the corporate ownership business, corporate store ownership, and now they're going to a full... Hey, you own your own business. We are the brand. You pay us the franchise fee and residual payments on royalties. So that's
interesting. I was going to say, Sal, someone said they're going to start accepting Bitcoin. Can you imagine?
Oh, wow, that would be. I mean, I don't know where. I'm going to have to check where Bitcoin is now. But I mean, I'd hate to see that happen because then we'll start hearing Bitcoin on the show every damn 5 minutes. But. All right, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Two more. The BYOC, there was some guy that sold off a lot. It came down. It stabilized. I know it doesn't look bad, the chart on the BYOC, but it's slow, a little boring.
Yeah, it's real slow right now. Again, my favorite time frame, the hourly, is looking very, very slow. And Bats, I see you calling. As soon as I'm done, I'll have you on.
Oh my God.
But BYOC slowing down, but still maintaining. I mean, still maintaining bullish sentiment across the RSI time frame that I like. So right now, if you're in the trade, especially if you just got in, you can you can probably continue to hold. If you've been sitting in it for a while, obviously that 50 failure was probably your out.
Right, right. And the last one I'll go with, the other one was the FUSC. It took a big dump earlier today. It hit a low of 42 intraday, closed at 50 cents, which I think is that's the 8-day moving average on the daily. Still, I mean, it's not a remarkable run.
Yeah, it had a really remarkable run. It's sitting right on top of the 50 as well. So moving like the indices, but again, a nice stock. You're below the 50 here on the daily, actually on the 60 minutes. So you entered some bearish momentum here on the hourly. Looking to recover, so we'll see if it actually follows through with that. But volume is getting a little weak too as well. So that's an interesting indication. We're seeing that slow down today.
Okay, enjoy. Thanks.
Appreciate it. All right. Shout out to Ken for the call. Always a good call. Great tickers for small cap penny stock traders, man. When he calls up with these new plays, you guys who love these penny plays, you got to, follow him in these trades because Ken's not playing, man. He's making money trading these small cap stocks, particularly stocks under $1 with relatively low float and, great following, particularly when you're talking about some of these chat rooms and forums, whether it be on Investors Hub and Investors Hangout. All right. And is he in here? Bats. Yeah, call me back, Bats. Call me back, Bats. Because I know you were trying to call during the call with Ken. All right. Shout out to the people who watched that video I made about these guys on PTOTF, man. Fucking with my damn Facebook page. They got my Facebook page suspended in Canada, man. They got my damn Facebook page suspended in Canada. They used they hit up a lawyer and presented some kind of arcane law about how you can't talk about stocks or some old ass law or some shit like that from the heydays of promotion back in early 2000s. All right, in the early 2000s, Canada was the wild, wild west of penny stocks, particularly mining, gold, silver, all that. And the country passed all kind of weird-ass laws not to talk about it and all that kind of crap. So, yeah, they got my page suspended up there. Now, granted, most of the people who watch me aren't in Canada. So if I got something to say about a Canadian stock, I'll still put it on my website. Unfortunately, just won't be able to put it on Facebook. All right, but that's how far these guys will go to protect the lie, man, to protect the fraud. You know what I'm saying? That's how they'll. I mean, and my website ain't even hot yet like that. I mean, it's just really just getting going. You know, it takes a good, 6 months to a year for a blog to really kind of get it, kind of picked up that reputation score from Google. And then you start showing up first place, second place. You know what I mean? So they coming after that like, damn. Yeah, he said that's their loss, eh? Yeah, Jeff. But I put out a video. That really fucked them up was the video. That's when they were like, fuck. Because they didn't think I was going to do that. And then some of the guys who were shorting it, or I believe have a short position, they were retweeting the video. So that was really pissing them off. And if they wouldn't have came after my Facebook, I wouldn't have said anything. Let's keep it going. PZOO. Pzu. Now, I haven't heard about this stock in quite a while. Boy, damn, this is depressed. Let me get that 200 out of here. It's so beat up. There we go. Nice day today. Looks like we got some buyers to get it out of those triples. Bad Scientist, what's going on, man?
Hey, Sal, how's it going?
Good. I'm guessing you got some tickers for us.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm, if it wasn't for Ken really encouraged me to sell AKS, because he's like, just get your profits. You're up, $2,000. Just get your profits. So, yeah, I sold AKS.
Excellent.
So that's good. I left 500 on the table because on Friday it did go to 605, which is where I actually had my trailing stop, but I was greedy. I put a stop then at 620, but good to be out of the stock. Made good money on that. So now I went totally contrarian. So a contrarian trader, an investor, goes against the trend, goes against the herd. I'm in a gold stock called EGO, and looking at it, it looks bad. I mean, it hit a new 52-week low. They're based out of Canada, but they have, mines in 6 countries, I think mainly in Turkey, I believe, and Greece. 850 million market cap, 4,600 employees, zero short-term debt. So it's a good company on paper, and a lot of people wouldn't get into this right now because gold is kind of tanking, especially this one. But now that I have to hold a stock for 30 days, I was just thinking, this is a 52-week low. The worst it could do, I think I have a risk to where I'm risking about 20 cents. So if it goes to about 90 cents, I'll start worrying. Okay. But, as long as it stays above $1 and maintains, that's fine. I'm hoping it will curl around and start going up eventually. But so that's what I'm in right now. I'm so angry because I've been wanting to get into Chesapeake, CHK. Guess what? I can't trade it. The wife called because she has to do it since she works for Chase.
Okay.
And they're the ones that passed this FINRA 3210. We checked from last week several times because they said it can change day to day, and rejected. I can't all the stocks that I did want to trade after AKS, I cannot trade. CHK, we were rejected on that. WFT, which is in the same realm as CHK, like oil equipment and services, that's a Swiss-based company, or at least it's headquartered in Switzerland. Rejected on WFT, rejected on CHK. And then I thought, okay, maybe it's because they own these shares, but then AKS, they own shares, or, JP Morgan Chase owns shares in AKS, that's fine. So I'm thinking, okay, is it because Chesapeake had earnings today? Maybe they thought my wife would know something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, this seems very, very, limiting. You know what I mean? In terms of you being able to, move capital, the way you like freely. Obviously, that's the, the trade-off of having such a great job, but. Man,
Sal, it's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare. So literally, I had to pick a stock that's at a low where I'm like, okay, in 30 days from now, and it's so well timed because actually on the 31st day for EGO, that's when they're releasing earnings, and of course I don't want to hold through earnings, but if something like CHK happens, that could be really good. So I'm hoping it will curl around and go back up to 145. That's my target. It's at 109 or 110 right now. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. The frustrations of trying to, trade along, comply with the rules. It's been a bit of a challenge. AKS, I had an advantage in that before we submitted all our paperwork, I was able to buy AKS, so that's why I was able to just hold it for 1 week and sell it.
Okay.
But moving from now, I've got stocks I've been holding. Hopefully, they will come through.
Let's take a look at those. Let's take a look at the ones you're holding right now.
Okay, so MBRX was one. I think I've got 4K in that one. That's the one that shot up a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
I'm in at like $2.30. That's the one that went up to like $3.30 and some change or something. I'm just recalling from memory.
Okay.
And I didn't cash out, which I should have. I mean, I think Ken has kind of helped me, like in the sense that, if you're up by X amount of money, just get the hell out. I know Ken is guilty of that because he'll hold on to BYOC, he'll hold on to FUSZ.
Yeah.
But I've got a target like every day. My rough target is like if I'm up by 500 on a trade, I need to get out. And there's no point in holding a stock because there are thousands of other stocks that I could get into and capitalize on. So MBRX was totally a mistake. I really should have gotten out of that one because I would have been up substantially on that one.
Yeah.
So that was a mistake. What else am I holding? OHRP hasn't been moving. I mean, that one's now, 24 or 25 cents?
That's actually moving in the wrong direction. I took a look at that
exactly.
yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I've got a substantial amount of money in that one, more than I had actually in AKS. But you know what? With a lot of these stocks, remember when we were discussing WAC and they were filing for bankruptcy? And then guess what? Like, you had just mentioned that, be careful of this stock, rightfully so. And I think I had, what was it? I had $40,000 in WAC. So, 40, yeah. $40,000 in WAC. I bought it at, what price did I have it at?
They're not even trading any longer, right? I think, they got
Yeah, they changed their name. It's DHC or something like that. But anyway, you rightfully said just be careful of this one. Guess what? It tanked to the 40s or the 30s. I can't really remember. And guess what? I sold it after I'd been holding on to it for like 3 months. And I was like, this isn't going anywhere. Let me take my loss. I think I was down $20,000, and I was like, "That's fine. I'll take my loss. I'll get into something else."
Damn, man,
so,
Mats, I don't remember you bringing up that story, dude. Losing 20 G's. That's, I mean,
no. Well, it ended up not being 20. I waited a little bit. It was more like it was more like $17,000, but it's close enough. I mean,
of course.
I didn't wait long enough. So guess what? You know, the wife, after all of this, is freaking out, and she's like, just hold on to the stock. I said, it's been like 3 months. They're filing for bankruptcy. Who knows where it could go? So I sold it on Friday, and then Monday turns around. The thing shot up to 90-something cents, where I could have made $11,000 in profit.
Wow.
So this is the difficulty, especially for swing traders. Day traders, it's fine because you decide, get in, get out of your stock, be done for that day. But for swing traders, it's like, okay, if I'm swinging it, how long do I swing it for? So literally I was off by the weekend, because after that weekend, it shot up to 95 cents. And that was the difference between losing 17K and making 11,000. Trust me, we all have problems as traders, but I think you really have to learn from your mistake as a trader when things go wrong. A lot of investors, and this is where investors have an advantage, in that if you're truly investing in a stock, it doesn't matter how far down it goes. Your mentality is, I'm holding on to this stock. So based with these new trading rules that have been imposed on myself, I have to kind of find middle ground. I mean, it's very difficult to where I kind of have to get into a stock, if this makes sense, with an investor mentality, but then get in using the technicals and all of that, but at the same time being able to say, okay, I need to hold on to this for at least 30 days and then go from there. So yeah, it's been an extremely difficult position that I've been placed in, because a lot of the stuff that has happened recently would not have happened, but I'm glad at least that I got into AKS, and in a week I made $2,000, off of a 4-day swing trade. But so, yeah, it's been very difficult. And to plan and say CHK is at a low, over the 52 weeks or over the near short term. It's because I was watching CHK and I made the assumption that, I can just buy it. Then we called these guys and they denied it. And they said, call again tomorrow, anything can change. So it's my guess, maybe there's some deal going on with CHK and JP Morgan Chase. I have no clue. I don't even know how they come to those decisions. Like I said, I thought maybe because they own, shares in CHK, maybe there's a conflict of interest. But guess what? They own shares in AKS. They were okay with cannabis stocks, with all these other stocks. But for CHK and WFT, these two energy plays, they were like, sorry, rejected. And they're not really obliged to tell you why they rejected. They just say you can't trade it. So, yeah, it's been difficult. But you know what, Sal? This year's been really good. I've been making good money in spite of, all the setbacks, doing really well. I traded VGZ, which is a gold stock. Before I went back home to Zimbabwe last year on holiday, I put a large amount of money in VGZ when it was in the 60s, and then it shot up to the 80s, made good money on that. That was a no-brainer type of trade. But yeah, lots of hardships, but I'm just going to have to figure out how to make things work. It's difficult, but trading is my passion. It's my life, and I'm not going to give it up. Maybe the wife will quit her job and go work for another company where this is not an issue. But for now, she's been doing really well for Chase, and I respect that. And I would never ask her to quit her job just so that I can make extra money, and she's done really well. So
there it is.
Yeah,
Bats.
that's all I got to say about that.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Bats.
Sal. Yeah, thank you. All right.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
sir. That is Bad Scientist. Thank you for the call. That's a man dealing with a lot of issues, a lot of restrictions. That's a man dealing with a lot of restrictions. And here's the thing. Those restrictions are going to actually make them better, because it's going to force them to innovate, force them to come up with, clever and unique ways to look for opportunity where he otherwise wouldn't have looked. He's got to pull up stocks he otherwise wouldn't look at, pull up different industries he otherwise wouldn't look at. So thank you so much, Bats, for the call. Again, the line is free, 305-600-2896 if you got a stock. Right now I'm going to go into the chat room until we get another caller and see what you guys are trading today. We talked about my play, Roku, today. Nice move on that. Dumped Apple yesterday. I thought Apple was a goner, but then today Apple bounced us a little bit, just a little bit. But I got my exit yesterday on Apple as it crossed below my 50 moving average, which tells me that the stock was going negative. But unfortunately, got the stock bouncing today. So let's see if it bounces off that. Does a good job of following the indices, so we'll see if we bounce off this and continue to go moving higher. But I got in at the 50 cross, and you get out when it breaks the moving average or the 50 line south. All right. Thank you so much, Bats. I appreciate you, man. I do. All right, we got a caller here, 484. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Sal? How you doing?
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
This is Seth.
All right.
Yusef L in the chat room.
Cool. What's up, man? What you got for us?
Yeah, man. I just got one stock I've been looking at, ADVM. They've been releasing a bunch of, if you look at their SEC filings, they've been releasing a bunch of 8Ks and
Let me get that ticker one more time.
ADVM.
ABVM.
AD.
Oh, okay. As in dog.
ADVM.
Okay. All right. Adverum Biotechnologies?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, I like when you're getting us in here. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to be that guy that got you in like 300% or whatever.
Right. This is a nice one.
Yeah, like I said, they've been for the past couple of days, they've been releasing a bunch of Form 4s, and I believe insiders have been buying shares for like the past couple of days. And also, I've seen some 13G filings, which I believe were institutional buys. So I think this is bullish for me, because I think, of course, obviously the insiders would have the better information that something might be going on with the company. So I didn't check the float or anything, but, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing here they also recently approved an increase for their CEO, who happens to be a woman, increased her bonus 55% of her base salary. That's a nice move for her. What else has got? Yeah, I do see here quite a few Form 4s, and they are, in fact, acquiring shares. I'm pulling up a couple more. Yeah, you're right. They're all buys. They are. Yeah, they're definitely activating those stock options. So, yeah, something could be coming down the pipeline here. These all happened over the last 2 weeks. And
it's at a nice place on the chart, too. So,
yeah.
A lot of upside potential.
Now, what are they working on? What type of drug are they working on? I see here they had recently a public offering, too, back on the 12th. What are they working on?
Yeah, I haven't actually looked at the news, but I know when they had that last public offering, it didn't really affect the stock too much. It still ran. I think they had it earlier this year, but so in my opinion, even if they had another one, I believe it could still run again. Mm-hmm. But I haven't read the news yet. No.
Yeah, you're getting us on a nice little dip here. So it topped, pulled back, it's bouncing here. Interesting. Decent volume as well. Huge run from December, man. Look at that. December was a $3 stock. We're up over 100% basically from, beginning mid-November, early December. We're up over 100% since that time. But yeah, that's a good sign showing that, even at these higher levels, you do see management now taking a greater stake at this moment in time. That's a good ticker, man. Appreciate the call, bro.
Hey, man, and if I could get your take on one thing, what do you think is like the main reason for the pullback in the market right now? And what do you think is their like outlook going further for this year?
Well, the pullback was because, one, we were just hot. I mean, valuations were getting a bit crazy. We hadn't had any real time to breathe. And I think that the interest rate adjustments and a few other things going on at the time, people starting to question, when are we going to pull back? It just happened, and I think everybody needed that breather. Now, what's the incentive moving forward? That's a good question, man, because I don't know. I don't know what's the incentive to talk about, Dow 26, 27, 28,000. I don't know what's moving us forward. That's a question everybody wants to answer. I, was coming to the conclusion that, again, the conversation around infrastructure and, Donald Trump and his talk about, infusing a, $1 trillion worth of capital into America's, public works projects. Hell yeah, that could drive a new sector forward, and continue to keep this bubble going. But again, that's a conversation that hasn't started yet. So if that doesn't start here soon, I think we could see ourselves challenging those lows again if we're not careful.
All right, thank you, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you watching. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. All right. Yeah. I mean, you tell me what the incentive is. You tell me what the incentive is. All right, let me get this one-time crackhead out of here. Where is he at? There you go. Get the fuck up out of here. There you go. All right. Robinhood just added cryptos. So Robinhood went live with cryptos today. Robinhood went live with cryptos today. Let's take a look at some charts from the chat room now. D-car, drop car. Drop car. Looks like they rung the bell at the NASDAQ a couple of days ago. Not doing so hot, my man. It looks like you had some kind of move here back in October. I have no doubt we probably talked about it. But not looking so good here. Let's take a look at a weekly. We have any support for some upside moves? Real beat up on that 200 on the weekly. Let's get rid of the line. Yeah, not looking so hot on the 200 either. So you tell me what the upside is there. DK, yes. Okay, it went live today. All right. That's what's up. Did you pick up some? Anybody pick up some? I mean, how are they doing it for free? Is the spread tight, or are you noticing it's got that Coinbase built-in fee to it? Because Coinbase, man, I have no doubt in my mind that not only they making money on the fact that they're selling it for a little bit higher than market, but also the little fee they put in there on the transaction. So UATG looks like this is an OTC, definitely 0016 on the ticker right now. Again, not the strongest chart on the weekly. Is things turning around on a shorter time frame? Not seeing it. I'm not a big fan of stocks making new lows. Again, it looks like it's turning around here, trying to find some support. So let's see what it can do. Let's see what it can do, but this could continue to go bearish as people dump shares. It looks like it's going into one of those death spirals where you have insanely large amount of dilution shares. Pull up the ticker RNVA for more information on that, or you can just look at something like AMLH and see what I'm talking about when you talk about death spirals where, recent run and they just go into this just terrible flood of float that gets dumped onto the open market. All right. Oh, Gerardo with Genesis Healthcare. What happened? Damn. What the hell happened? Healthcare, operating nursing homes. Boy. Let me go ahead and give that one a push. Damn. It always sucks when this happens. I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, this, obviously we know the market opens up at 9:30. This happened exactly at 10:40. It happened at 10:40. And I'm looking at operator negotiated $54 million worth annual lease reductions, death-related action. So filing was facing the possibility of filing bankruptcy if it didn't get. Okay, so it looks like the market didn't like the financing plan they got from their existing, from some new and existing credit partners. So they got some financing today, or at least announced it today, but it looks like the market didn't like the terms. Genesis Healthcare losing 21% of its value in one day. Sad day for Genesis Healthcare traders. Obviously, the shorts. If you would have caught that, obviously, what a beautiful move here. 21% gain in one day on a short. For as much money as you got to put up shorting, that's a great return. That's a great one-day return. Stock Z, you said you tried no fills. Yeah, I think institutions were all over that one. Probably no private, small private money had a chance at that. Institutions were all over it. All right. OREX. Crazy volume. Okay, so these are the makers of Contrave, right? These are the makers of Contrave. Let me see if I remember Contrave. I think it's the one where what's Contrave the one? Yeah, the weight loss pill. The weight loss pill. Basically the pill that makes your body think it's needs to starve itself in order to survive or something like that. Yeah, literally, that's what it does. That's literally what it does. It tricks your body to thinking you don't need to eat, and it starts to shed weight. All right? Yeah, that's why people who wear those, what are those things you get from Walmart, or those sweatsuits? They call them sweatsuits in the summer. Forcing your body to shed a lot of weight like that. Basically sending signals to your body like, hey, we're going under extreme conditions. In order for us to survive, you need to lose weight. Yeah, so you basically fooling your body in the process. You made money shorting it. Okay, you got filled, Gerardo. Okay. Yeah, I know somebody, because some brokers are going to have borrows and some won't. Some are going to have borrows and some won't. This looks like Treasure Hunter 772. What's up, man?
What's happening, Sal? What's happening?
Hey, fill me in, bro. It was a slow day today. I'd love to see what you made.
Let me see. It was, I've been doing a little watching and, and camping on my other little place. Start by, what do you think about the Home Depot? Seems like it's kind of making a sort of a little comeback. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the Home Depot, just like many other large cap, trades with the indices, so it's going to be basically the exact same chart you look at if you pull up the SPY or the Qs. I mean, nobody really knows where they're going. They're trapped in between bullish and bearish, lines. So, I think right now unless you're planning on holding for a while, I think you're going to funnel here for quite some time. So at least for the rest of this week, I don't see any huge moves being made tomorrow. So I think it's almost as if this week is a wrap.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, I might hang tight a little longer. See what next week, right? Let me see. I'm still sitting on. Didn't go too crazy. I think it's like sideways. Feel like mad scientist says to hold off before I sell, because sometimes I sell and I end up rocking in the IBIO, and just like sideways, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, IBIO, pharmaceutical stock. You had some increasing volume coming in since the beginning of the year. Still kind of funny acting, right? Not the prettiest chart in the world, but
like a little sideways.
Right. So I mean, if again, they had a recent offering back in November, so they got some more cash on their books. Let's see if they can use it wisely to start building some, returns for their investors.
True that. And another little sideways one I just been holding was that. EARS, was it?
Ears, the Aris Medical. Let's go and take a look at Ears. Another stock that, again, man, I'm not feeling this chart. I mean, making new lows over the last month. February hasn't printed.
Them out next week.
Dude, I wouldn't even wait till next week. I'd get rid of this now.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, this is a loser.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely a loser.
Well, yeah. Now, let me see the other loser now that I was watching. I don't know, not too sure if it's a safe entry because he always making new lows. Mm-hmm. But he does make a little pop. The other loser was BVTK. When do you think is a safe time for it to get into that one?
All right, let's take a look at BVTK.
Yeah, I remember I mentioned him a while back, and he kept dropping, made a little pop-up, dropping, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but now it's like, go ahead.
Yeah, here's another one, too, on the weeklies, not showing, favorable, this is not a favorable entry for the stock. We already pretty much have this week's candlestick developed. Again, you still have some action tomorrow, so I don't know, it could get a pump or something like that to change what that looks like, but just based on what we've seen for this week, again, you're still seeing some buying of the lows, but for the most part, you're making new lows every week, and
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, maybe today I'm gonna get in. I'm like, damn, a new low. I'm like, all right, now.
Yeah, right.
Tomorrow is a new low. I'm like, damn, how low can this shit go?
Yeah. You're already
maybe
exactly, and you just crossed through a support. Going back from November, December. So I mean, I think I would pass on this.
Yeah, that's a wrap too. So I didn't even go bother jumping in this morning because she could get low. All right, homie. That's my little plays and little kind of thing I got going on now. But I'll probably end up seeing what's up tomorrow. Might X out some plays and. See what's up. I've been looking at some marijuana plays. Not too sure what they did today. But other than that, that's it, man. I'll call you tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it, man. Anytime, bro.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Treasure Hunter. Oh, look. I mean, that's the thing. When you're, I can hear it in the voice of the guys calling me. I mean, when you're trading, short term. 2 days, 3 days, and nothing's going on. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, because you're looking for action. You're looking for, the ability to take advantage of some inefficiencies here. And right now there are none. There are none. to take advantage of. All right. There are none to take advantage of. All right. Somebody mentioned call options on Amazon. We can take a look at what's going on Amazon. Again, if you're going to talk about call options on Amazon, again, just go out. I mean, you're killing everything out there. You know, that's a gimme. It's a complete gimme when you're talking about Amazon options. That's a complete gimme. And we can take a look at the option side and seeing what traders are doing. All right. We can take a look at what traders are doing in Amazon. Let's take a look at any interesting calls and puts today. Let's see, we have, wow, this is okay. Interesting. We're at 14.89 on Amazon, and this guy's taking a deep out of the money put. 288,000. This is a pretty deep put, so he could be just selling some out of the money puts. This could be, yeah, I wouldn't say he's seeing Amazon collapsing to 1375, you know, in less than 30 days. So this, I would scratch that one. Now you do see some interesting plays for tomorrow. This is expiring tomorrow. $1,500 strike. All right, for tomorrow, $6. Very affordable option. All right, did buy it out the money. Bought it at $14.93. Expecting a move above 15 tomorrow. Put $300,000 on this trade. I would follow this trader in that if I had saw there, if I was interested in that. I mean, he's putting up $300,000. That's a lot of money on an option expiring tomorrow, folks. That's a lot of money. You do realize if he doesn't, I mean, the fact that he made this call today, he's probably already out the trade, but you hold this overnight, I mean, he's already lost quite a bit of money. This could be a $4 option tomorrow, maybe even $3 at open, but we'll see. We'll see on that. All right. Of course, let me know what else you guys want to look at. Let me know what else you guys want to look at in the chat room. Let me see here. WMT. I see somebody bringing up Walmart. Yeah, I you know, seeing the calls coming back into Walmart. Seeing the calls coming back into Walmart. Interesting. Quite a few calls here on Walmart. A couple puts, but for the most part, all calls on Walmart. All calls on Walmart. Most of them taking the 90, 92 strikes. I can see a couple 93 strikes. So they're going into money on Walmart. Relatively small, so I'm guessing this is just a retail trader. A bit of cash, taking in some in the money positions. No $100,000, no 100Ks, no 200, no 300Ks I'm seeing here at all on Walmart. But as you can see here, retail coming back into Walmart, buying in the money calls. Relatively affordable too. And again, you know, most of these, when you see it this early in the day, 12, 1 or so like that, and it's in the money, they're going to hold it until tomorrow. They're going to hold this into tomorrow because it's in the money right now. Put it at 93.09. The stock closed at just literally at 93. So it looks good for this option tomorrow to expire in the money. So it looks really good. It's bought only for 60 cents. This is a 60-cent option. He gets a nice $1 move on this, it could very well double. He gets a $1 move on that, he can double his money on that. That's a nice play. Very nice play. All right. Again, I'm using black box stocks for this. Pandora. I'm not a big fan of Pandora options. The liquidity just really isn't there. This is a really interesting play, though. This guy's going out long, 2019, January. All right. Buying an out of the money strike. Bought it at 442, going out of the money here with the call. Spending $64,000 on this trade. Interesting move here. All right. Couple more and then we'll get back into stocks. I'm long forward as well. So that's a really interesting move. In fact, let me pull up my Interactive Brokers account and tell you where I'm in there on Ford. On Ford, because I know I'm on a 2019 call as well. Okay. That's absolutely, yep, same. All right, it's almost the same thing. But I'm in the January 2019s for 1087. They're going a little bit closer. Not bad for March. They're going for March. All right, so it's logged in. 1 second. Yeah, so January 18th, 2019, 1187 calls. I have 120 of the contracts, and I'm down 203 right now. I'm down $203 in them. But I have 120 contracts of January 18, 2019s at 1187. I bought them really dirt cheap, though. Let me see, what was my entry? Yeah, I bought them really, really cheap, though. So I'm looking for a return, a significant return in those options. All right? Why don't I trade cryptos? Because it's bullshit. There's no way to, there's no way to evaluate them. There's nothing to base them off of. Mainstream McGee, been long forward since 2016. That's what's up, man. You said it's a real dud. Yeah, it's a real dud. Obviously, trading stock. The stock has been horrible. Stock's been horrible. All right, so let's get back to the chart. Again, guys, I hate days like this because oh God, come on. Hold on. Shit. Sorry about that. But hold on. Who's got a call coming in? 772, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey Sal, what's up, man? It's Treasure Hunter again. Let me see. 2 plays I've been watching, bro. If you had a choice out of these 2 plays, which one would you rather go with? Let me see. The first one is DCTH. It's been running for a couple of days.
Yeah, I remember when this used to trade on the Nasdaq. Not a big fan of the stock.
Yeah, I've been like a slow gainer for a couple of days. I've been kind of holding out. I've been been watching almost.
What's the other stock?
Let's see, the CLSN.
Yeah. God, honestly, bro, both of them are booty, dude. Both of them are.
You don't like none of them?
Both of them are straight ass, bro.
Yeah. So you think you make a couple of $100,000 nothing off for, bro? Come on, man.
I think, to be honest with you, CLSN has probably got the best looking chart out of all of them and the most likely for profit, but DCTH is garbage, man.
Yeah, the DCTH a little slow gainer.
DCTH is garbage. Yeah, that's garbage.
Yeah, like that.
But both of them are ass, bro. But if I had to choose, CLSN is probably the best.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Kind of like the way that was setting up.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's it, man. So I'll probably end up watching, CLSN and see what it does.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, bro.
You got it, bro. Anytime, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Yeah, both of them are straight ass, man. Yeah, and I wouldn't touch either one of those. All right. Let's keep it going. Yeah, Bats. CLSN as well. All right. Yeah, man. This market really sucked. But when we got on the phone with Ken, he's absolutely right about, this is where you want to take a spread. This is a great opportunity, to take a spread, and some of these spreads you can put on and look at the possibility of buying the high as well as a low. Now the low is going to be a little bit more expensive. The put side is going to be a little bit more expensive because we have sold off, since those recent highs that got us up to nearly 26,000. GPHO, what is this? Okay, it looks like a OTC basic materials company, up 40%, increasing volume. But yeah, it's an OTC stock, man. You're gonna have to do your research on it. Looks like it's based out of Canada. All right, so just figure out who's pumping it and try to stay in front of things, man. Weekly looks really. You left a lot of people up there today. Yeah, man. When you're buying these pump and dumps, man, you just got to be careful on this. Obviously, you had a lot of volume, a lot of emails got sent out. So we'll see how traders act tomorrow on it, but definitely not something to go long term on. Just based on, again, I'm just looking at the fact that it just did it in one day. All right. I wouldn't, yeah, George M. CLSN for sure. I wouldn't touch either of those, though. Thank you for bringing up HMNY. Really interesting article, HMNY today. The stock got to as high as 501, closed at 591 today. It's really interesting because you had a Canaccord analyst come out and say some really good things about Canaccord. Basically calling the MoviePass product, which is their premier product at HMNY, their premier business, the one thing that could save the movie industry. And this analyst, his name is Austin Moldow, he put a $15 price target on HMNY. Now, we here who've been watching the show, we've seen HMNY at much higher prices than that. I mean, we've seen it go up to 65 and above on a recent run not too long ago. All right, we saw it go up, not 65, 35 and above, hitting as high as 40. All right. But I think if you do, in fact, go far back, I may have it confused for another stock. But yeah, high of 35. But he's got a $15 market price target for HMNY. Let me give you guys the link to the article. Let me give you the link to the article that came out on HMNY. I'll put it in the chat room here. Again, he's got a $15 price target. Read his insights there. Interesting article. 580, you on the air? What's up?
Hey, am I live?
That is correct. You are live.
Okay. What do you think about RDHL?
RDHL, is that correct?
Correct, yes.
All right. So RDHL.
I got a hint. I was looking at the earnings Whisperer, and he had an earnings of 1,700. Said, well, wow, something's got to be good about this stock, and it hasn't moved.
Oh, let me see here. I'm not even getting any volume numbers on this. Hold on.
Yeah, it doesn't have any volume, and the.
All right. So what brought it to your attention? I mean, what made you want to take a position?
This website. Pardon me, my English, but the earnings Whisperer.
Yes.
Whisperer.
I'm familiar with it.
He had an estimate of 1,700% of earnings, it was yesterday. And I thought, well, that's how they come up with this number.
Yeah, I mean, let me see here. I'm looking at it right now. Expected quarterly revenue up 7,900%.
Yes.
All right, so I mean, it's a biotech. They may have had a drug that went live over the past quarter, and they're calculating for expected revenues based on the sales of that drug. Obviously, I don't. When is the February 22nd? So it happened today. Was it good? I mean, were the numbers good?
No, it didn't move at all. I mean, they not even release if it was good or bad.
Okay.
It just, I guess it was just a pump and dump, I guess.
Hold on, let me read this real quick. So, looks like they did release it today. Top line results: net revenues were $2 million, gross profit of $1.1 million. So that's a change of 84% year over year. They are a debt-free company, $46 million in cash and assets at the end of 2017. Look, balance sheet wise, from what they presented, it looks good, man. I mean, if you're in,
it looks realistic.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, on paper, obviously, yeah, you want more attention. You'd love to see a lot more going on. It's not the cheapest stock in the world, right? It's a $6 stock. But at the end of the day, man, on paper, the stock looks good.
Yeah. All right. I have a contract, open. So I hope that I gain some money at least.
I definitely would.
Yeah,
I wish you the best on it, man. But I mean, looking on paper, fourth quarter revenue, net income $4 million compared to $600,000 the year before. So I mean, that's a big turnaround. That's over 300% right there. So,
all right.
Yeah, things are turning around for it.
Well, thanks for your opinion, man. I appreciate it, and congrats for your show.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, he's in a buy and hold type of situation. This is not one of those stocks that, it could, get from a 6 to 9. I mean, we just pulled up biotechs that have done that. But he's just going to have to be a little bit patient. He's just going to be patient. That's all. Yeah, Bats, it's just dry. There's no real attention there. There's no real attention. All right. But yeah, look up that earnings number that they posted there. Those are some decent numbers. Those are some decent numbers. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, the company recognized selling and marketing expenses for the first time in 2017 due to the establishment of the company's U.S. commercial operations. So I was right, yeah. So it looks like they just got a drug that went live, basically put it out there in the market. All right, and for so far for first quarter, revenues were pretty good. All right. An increase of 31% for the third quarter. All right. Not bad. Again, as I mentioned, cash position was $46 million at the end of 2017. Net revenues, again, up 31% over prior quarter, not year, over prior quarter. 31% increase. And debt-free. And debt-free. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Yeah, DCTH is garbage. No problem, Ricardo. We about to wrap the show up, man, because IZNN. By the way, again, if you haven't seen those videos that I put out, email me happypennystocks@gmail.com. If you don't know how to trade, you've been losing, get those videos. I used to give out the Tim Syke videos, but y'all know he came after me after I was giving that good gain. They don't want y'all to win. They want y'all to pay $199 a month. All right. IZNN, yeah, that got pumped real hard today. That got pumped real hard today. Let's keep it going. SGMO. All right. SGMO. Not bad. We just passed 40 tickers for the night. SGMO 2540. SGMO 2540. Again, buy and hold. Sometimes buy and hold does the trick. And again, that's the daily. And boy, what a winner. This has to be on an hourly. Can I see it? Trading View giving me a problem here. Let's go. Okay, hourly. Give me that RSI. All right, so again, would have been a very beautiful trade here at the beginning of the month. Where do you got me in at? $20, now at $25. So a $5 increase, crossing over that moving average. Yeah, Snap. Is Snap selling off? Is Snap selling off? I mean, you should have expected what's going on in Snap after, you know, the CEO came out and you know, had to show why he's selling 60 million shares. He sold 60 million shares, and that was on the 20th. That was exactly when, again, here on the hourly, dip below. Would have been a great short here. The guy ended up dumping 60 million. It was either this day or the day before. He ended up selling 60 million shares. All right. Press like on this video if you can, if you haven't already. Press like. Thank you, Ricardo. Press like. Anybody saw my my ad for black box stocks? Man, that thing took like a damn hour to make, bro. I took a Bentley ad, I cut it up. There's one quick scene, and it panoramas over Brazil. That's not even part of the damn same clip. I had to put that in there. And when you're making videos, it's hard, man. Shout out to guys who know how to edit videos, man. Shout out to guys who know how to edit videos. Let me tell you guys something right now. Once 5G goes live, 2019, bro, 5G. Once 2019, once we get here and 5G goes live, dude, anybody who knows how to make videos, who knows how to make entertaining videos, you guys are going to be getting paid the same kind of money as, you know, these guys out here that do like IT and actual coding. Because you got to remember, people are going to start watching full-length movies on their phones. They're already doing it. I mean, people are already using Netflix on their phones and whatnot. T-Mobile's giving away Netflix with new contracts now. But, again, when we start getting guys being able to get, you know, 3 gigabytes a second, 4, 5, 6 gigabytes a second on their handheld devices, and you know how to edit videos, you know how to, like, really get it cracking, dude, the sky's the limit, man. You said I should break up with my girlfriend. Why? The sky's going to be the limit. You know. The sky is going to be the limit in terms of video. You said put option on Snap. You're kind of late now. You're kind of late on that put option on Snap. I mean, you know, it's actually fighting for support here. Actually, see that? It's got the, you're fighting. Yeah, put option on Snap. You're kind of late. You're kind of late right now on that put option. If that's what you're thinking about doing it. Again, you want to look at, you know, again, buying put options. You actually want to buy put options on the higher ends of the RSIs, not the low. I mean, this is not going to be where you're going to want to buy a put. All right, that's not where you're going to want to buy a put. Let's even go to the daily chart. Even on the daily chart here, again, you're showing a bit of support. Let's see if it doesn't bounce off that. If it breaks through that, of course, then hell yeah. I mean, breaks through that 1693, it'll break below here on the daily, and then you can buy it. Again, on an hourly, I wouldn't buy a put here just yet because you're looking to see. It looks like it might try to bounce on you tomorrow. All right, this is the last hour of the day. This is a 60-minute chart. This is the last hour of the day. So as you can see here, they're looking to do something tomorrow. Probably even go higher. Now, if they fail, right? If they fail up here, there's a lot of resistance and algos start kicking in, right? Then, you might want to look into possibly a contract or two just to see what happens. Says she's keeping me from the Friday shows. No, not at all. YouTube is keeping me from the Friday shows. Let me tell you something, man. My girl's woke she's more woke than me. I don't think she can do one episode on here. Man, she get her account banned so damn fast. OLED. Yeah, I'll be in the store having to hold her back, man. OLED, Universal Display Corporation. 2.5 million. 2.5 million shares, Universal Display Semiconductor stock. All right. Things could possibly, let's see what goes on there. 154, not the cheapest stock in the world, man. GE call options pretty cheap. Another interesting article that I read today on GE, by the way. I think that's on marketwatch.com. Let me see here. Was it on Market? I think I read it on marketwatch.com. It wasn't a good one. It was a good article. It basically talks about if you guys remember a CEO by the name of Jack Welch. Jack Welch, he was really popular a couple years ago. He's an older guy now. His speech is slowing a little bit, so he's not on TV as much as he used to be. But Jack Welch, towards the late 90s, early 2000s, and then he did this thing with University of Phoenix where they had you get a Jack Welch executive MBA. That shit was hilarious. But he was the former CEO of GE, and basically he was a investor's best friend, man. He was all about creating killer earnings reports for GE. And you can go back to the Jack Welch days. Here it is right here. Here are the Jack Welch days. And this guy he just knew exactly how to structure the business to kill quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter. And the way he did that was by buying businesses that really didn't have anything to do with GE at the time, right? So GE at the time, manufacturing, they made everything from toasters to refrigerators and whatever. And he really diversified the business. And he was really the one that turned it into this conglomerate that it was, in the early 2000s into where it is now, to where nobody knows what the hell GE is anymore. All right. He led the business into the early 2000s. I think this is 2000. Yeah, to be exact, that's the top. And then we heard, of course, the 2000 crisis, but whatever. But yeah, he bought all kinds of businesses, bought NBC Universal, bought a whole bunch of different lines, a couple financial companies, which ended up becoming Genworth Financial, which they spun out, and it's become its own business. But he just knew how to play with the numbers. He knew how to play with the numbers. So read his book. That's a really good business book. To kind of understand about business. In fact, if you buy those MBA in a day books, even though you can't really finish the book in a day, well, some people maybe can, but a lot of Jack Welch type content, good and bad, of how to do things and how not to do things. But incredibly business savvy, good instincts, really knows how to negotiate. Yeah, that's definitely an American businessman right there for the history books. Someone's saying it's a perfect buy. Where do you see that, man? I don't see that. You're saying it's a perfect buy here? I don't see that. Let's put the moving averages on there again. All my favorites. I don't see that, sir. You know, it's this thing is going to single digits. You know, they're selling their businesses now. They're not. You know, this isn't looking too good for them. All right. Again, let's go to the weekly to confirm that. And there's no way, sir. No way. I mean, even on the weekly charts, you're continuing to see selling going on here on GE. You know, now if you just want to buy a call, buy some calls, right? Buy the calls that are dirt cheap right now. If you just really want to buy a call, and then buy a put protection, buy 2 puts of protection. Right? Because the puts are expensive. It's going down now. Everybody's running to buy the puts. So the puts are a little bit higher priced. All right? So I would buy those dirt cheap, out of the money puts. I mean, dirt cheap, out of the money options, calls. So grab, what is that, $14.62? So I would grab some $15. You know, I'd grab some maybe 15.50s. Well, I doubt it'll get that high, but maybe $15. And then maybe an in the money put with some time on it, just in case you're wrong. At least you win on the downside if it goes against you. Batch is saying GE is shrinking to grow. That's exactly what it's doing. That's exactly what it's doing. That's the CEO that they brought in a couple months ago. That's exactly what he said he was going to do. He got rid of dividends, right? So they're keeping cash on hand, and he's liquidating, unproductive assets. He's liquidating unproductive assets. All right, great story, and I think the CEO is doing the right thing. And unfortunately, this may lead to GE getting removed from the S&P 500. Where are we at now? Well, it's still got a $125 billion market cap. Damn, shit. Even after losing that much? Shit. Even after losing that much. Boy, look at that. Look at that solid. I mean, look who, just granted, look who could have bought a put here. June of 2017, losing on that weekly below the 200. Look at that, man. You got to go further back. January of 2017, dropped below the 200. January of 2017. That's insane. Those $27 puts have got to be worth quite a bit of money right now. What are those $27 puts on GE worth right now? If you were to buy $27 puts, I know, because I don't want to pull up my. Let me see. I'm just curious. If somebody wanted to buy a $27 put right now on GE, what are they worth? Let me log in, because Tasty Trade is the fastest. All right, let's see here. I think my account is still open there. I'm just curious. GE. All right. Let's go for a on the leaps. On the leaps. All right, the leaps, because you know how you can buy you can buy the January of 2 years from now, right? January 20th of 20 is available. So if someone had bought the leap of January 2019 last year, 2017, what is that option worth right now? Actually, they don't have a $27. They got a $28, and the $28 leap option right now is worth $13.65. It's worth $13.65. Let me see if I can find out how much it was worth back in January of 2017. Just curious. Let me see here on my phone. GE. GE options. January 19th. Put $28. What was it worth What was it worth? Let me see here. So it's worth $13. And if I go all the way back, oh, it's not even letting me go back that far. It's not even letting me go back. It's only letting me go back to 11/23 of last year. But even at that point, it was worth $8.65. So you're up just $4 a contract, but still, it's a lot of fucking money. But I have no doubt he probably got that for the pennies. He probably got that for the pennies. All right. Couple more tickers and we'll get up out of here. That's how slow it is today, man. Shit. But that's what trading is about. You know, it's not going to be Wild Wild West every day. It's not going to be the Wild Wild West every day. Some of you guys, you take weekly or monthly positions. I don't even know how you're not bored to death. WKHS, Workhorse. If you remember, Workhorse is basically the poor man's Tesla. That's basically what this company is the poor man's Tesla. They applied for a federal contract to produce the U.S. Post Office new little postal trucks. And they submitted, and now they haven't. I don't think they've selected, right? They haven't. The UPS hasn't selected just yet. But I know that WKHS has sold a few trucks to UPS Brown, and Brown is using a few of their trucks. But everybody's really hedging WKHS on whether or not they're going to win that U.S. Postal Service contract. That's what everybody's really waiting for in terms of this company. And that announcement should be coming down soon, if not already. All right. MSPC, Metro Spaces, real estate company coming out of the chat room. MSPC, daily chart. It's fucking horrible. Let's take out the weekly. All right. So, of course, you see all that volume coming really today. 1.27 billion shares. It's got a lot of float out there, but looks like it got picked up quite a bit today. I mean, from 0001 to 0005, 0002 to 0005 to be exact. All right, actually moved 100%. I'm not sure. Well, no, excuse me, 0003 to 0005. Excuse me. That's 66%. All right, let's see if you can hold that. All right, let's see if you can hold that and build onto it. All right. Down after hours, earnings loser, nice short play. OLED. Let's take a look at the daily. Here's OLED, 50 cross. Bouncing off the 100. That's my 100 line. Trying to fight with it. So, yeah, 50 cross. Yeah, that would have been a good short here even for me on the daily. Let's look at my favorite time frame. You know what it is. So you bounced off that. See, I figured you bounced off the 50 on the hourly. Finally broke it. But then you didn't go too far. It's still fighting. It's not there yet. It's not there yet. It's still fighting it, man. These longs are fighting the hell out of you in that one. So just be careful with that. But not a successful daily chart. Definitely looks a lot more convincing than a shorter time frame. All right, daily chart looks a lot shorter than the closer time frame. Again, let me go back to the hourly real quick because the real move was back here. This is where, if you guys remember, of course, what happened, 2 weeks ago now, where the market, sold off really aggressively. This was the move, boy, right here. That's the short. What you're doing right now, let's see how it ends. Let's see how it ends. But You know, I wouldn't short this. I wouldn't short this. I love a very clean break. All right, something like this. This is a very clean break. You would have shorted here and see where it goes. All right. Again, get my book on moving averages. That not my book, but you know, the book that I share with people. And you know, but you can't really tell a guy how to trade, so everybody thinks they know what they're doing. I'm more than happy to say I don't know what I'm doing. I'm loving to continue to learn and, you know, steel sharpens steel. So always looking to learn from somebody who's got more to offer. AVP bouncing off the 200. PAVX, we'll look at AVP next. PAVX or PAYX off Kenny Dutton. Bounced off the 200 there, as you can see here, my red line. Let me zoom in a little bit, show you. Bounced off the 200 a couple of days ago. Now you're fighting with the 50 line. And right now, again, sentiment still below the 50 on the RSI, on the daily. Let's see what the hourly looks like. Yeah, again, still showing a lot of hesitation. That's showing in the daily chart. Obviously, again, a change of sentiment going back from the 9th, going from those lows, crossing over into more bullish territory. Then again, that's that rejection. That's the rejection. And now fighting to stay alive here. Let's get back to the daily chart. And as you can see here, all right, fighting, you know, returning to bullish momentum. These algos are probably kicking in, but I mean, only 1.1 million shares traded, so not overly popular. That's not the cheapest stock in the world. I like ADP better. I like ADP better. I think you were the one who brought up PAYX last time, and then I brought up ADP, automated data processing. Very similar chart, right? Very similar chart. Very similar chart. But I like ADP better. Nice move, but they basically look the same. In fact, you pull up the charts, they're almost identical. He said you've been missing shows. It's hard when you can't trade daily. Yeah, that's how it is sometimes, man. That's how it is sometimes. Walmart calls. Yes, Walmart calls are the way to go. They're loading up on calls right now on Walmart. But look, here's the thing, though. That's a short-term deal, though. That earnings report on Walmart was scary, bro. I mean, they're basically, you know, there's something going on with Walmart's business, and they're going to be making some drastic changes here soon. They're going to be making some drastic changes here soon. I'm going to tell you this right now. In our lifetime, we may see the end of Walmart in our lifetime. I can almost bet we'll see the end of Walmart in our lifetime, just because of the way retail is changing. I think that the name will still be around, like the way we see RCA and all that kind of shit still hanging around. But Walmart as we know it won't be, you know, our mother's Walmart. Won't be the Walmart we grew up with. You know, you got a kid right now under the age of 5, he's not going to know Walmart the way you know Walmart. And you can email me at happypennystocks@gmail.com. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. What's the name of the book? Yeah, that's a good question. I keep forgetting. It's called Incredible Signals That Will Make You Money in the Stock Market. Moving Averages 101. Moving Averages 101. All right. Yeah, like Woolworths. Exactly, Miss Bolden. Woolworths. I remember going to Woolworths. Funny story. I remember going to Woolworths. We had just gosh, we had just, this was like 2 months into living in America, and we went to Woolworths, and my mom it was me and my mom, we went into Woolworths, we bought a few things, and we were going to pay at the register, and my mom paid, we're walking to the door, and then my mom, for whatever reason, gives me the bag, and she says, stay right here, and some lady distracted her, and takes my mom like around some corner or whatever. So I dropped the bag, like the bag my mom given, and I specifically remember this. I'm like, I think I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 at the time. I specifically remember dropping the bag, and my mom comes back around the corner, and I turn around, and the bag is gone. And the bag is gone. Somebody took the bag, and my mom's like, where's the bag? And I'm looking at and it's gone. Like, I literally just turned around and the bag was gone. And my mom freaks out because she just realized she just got, somebody just hustled us. They distracted my mom, took my mom to look at something. I had the bag. I don't know why I dropped the bag, or maybe somebody took the bag from me and I'm just not remembering that part. But yeah, man, that was some crazy shit. That's one of the memories that me and my mom talk about here and there. Sometimes when we're just kind of alone talking to each other, we bring up that memory a lot because that was some crazy ass shit. We got hustled. You say you remember eating at Woolworths? And didn't Woolworths have like, sometimes some Woolworths had like cafeterias? I remember like Walmart's having like, no, not Walmart's. I remember Woolworths serving like food places in them. I might have that place confused. Have it confused with another business, but I don't know why I remember that. I remember I still have like little visions of McDonald's when they had like the old uniforms. I remember a little bit of that, like the old uniforms of people who worked at McDonald's. Like, this new shit that you see now, that's not what McDonald's used to look like. McDonald's used to be a really, like, everything was, like, really dingy looking and grayish and dull. And the sandwiches were, like, they were worse than they look now. Yeah, Kenny Dayton said, hold the bag. Some of y'all probably worked there. Some of you older guys probably worked at McDonald's when it was back when they used to pay you, what, $3.15 or some shit like that? Who in here used to work at McDonald's when they were paying like $3 an hour? I know one of y'all motherfuckers in here was working there at $3 an hour. McDonald's? Who brought up McDonald's? I saw somebody brought up McDonald's. Yeah, McDonald's fighting for its life too, man. McDonald's fighting for its life. I'm not gonna miss the next sell-off like that because they kind of caught me slipping at that sell-off from 2 weeks ago. They kind of caught me slipping on that one. I was able to get some decent Nvidia puts, right? I mean, that was kind of what you had to go do is you ran and got those IT stocks because those are the ones that kind of had led the way up here. The semiconductors, the Internet of Everything stocks. But I missed these bread and butter, industrials, McDonald's, Cat, and some of those other ones that were easy money. I missed out on those. And again, you would have used those tighter EMAs. Look at that beautiful crossover on 5 and 10. 4 and 8 is good too. All right, look at that beautiful crossover. All right, let's get rid of those. I don't want to confuse anybody in here. All right. Jim Gray, you used to work at McDonald's at $2.10 an hour, bro. What the fuck? Damn, bro. Shit. I can't imagine working for $2.10 in a fucking hour, man. But you know what? That probably, look, here's the thing though, man. You had people working. Okay, for those of you guys who were working at McDonald's, okay, Jim, let me just ask Jim. Jim, could you work a full-time job and can you work that job full-time and survive on $2.10? Or has McDonald's always been like one of those jobs you can never live on? Because I don't know what, something tells me that there was a time where somebody could get a fast food job and actually live a middle class life. Was there a time like that ever or no? You older cats in here. Was there ever a time you can get a fucking fast food job and actually have, maybe not 2 cars in a garage, but I mean $5 an hour Wendy's, first job back in the day. Okay. He said that was minimum wage back in your day. So Jim, could you live off minimum wage back in the day though? Could you live off that? Like a middle class life. Off that $2.10. It said first job was pizza. Because here's the thing, man. That what Jim is saying, that's funny as hell, right? $2.10. But dude, I mean, I'm looking at, I was reading some of these old stock market books, like the Battle for Investment Survival by Gerald M. Loeb, like those kind of old books. And they're talking about how people who work for Ford and they're making $7 a day or some shit like that. And these guys retired loaded, dude. These guys retired loaded. Obviously, they were a different time in America's industrial history, but, at the end of the day, they were just doing what we're doing, buying, living their life, buying shares here on the side, shit like that. Investing, And these guys all retired fucking rich, dude. Most of those guys are passed away, but when they passed away, their kids, I'm guessing if you had a grandfather who worked the factory floor in the 40s, late 30s, early 40s, he passed away maybe late to mid 90s. So you grew up probably in the 70s, late 60s. So you're probably, you're a guy in your early 60s, right? Your dad left you a lot of fucking money, bro. Lot of fucking money. Those guys were loaded. That generation, they were fucking loaded, man. Mm-hmm. Those not the boomers parents. Not the boomers themselves. The boomers, they're loaded too. I mean, don't get it twisted. The boomers, they're expected to leave a couple trillion to their kids. I mean, they went through the .com and the birth of Amazon and all that, the real estate bubble, couple bubbles. But a lot of them, inherited homes from their parents who, got their homes for $5,000, $6,000, and now the house is worth $250,000. You go out to California, and some of those 3, 4 generation homes or plots that grandpa got for $10,000 are worth $250,000, sometimes $4 or $5 or $6 million. Yeah, absolutely. The Depression. Yeah, it taught a lot of people how to save money, how to be really responsible. Said another bubble is coming. We're already in the middle of a bubble, dude. Are you kidding me? We're already in the middle of a bubble. We're already in the middle of a bubble. All right. I'm about to get you guys out of here in a second. All right. Give me one good damn trade for tomorrow. Somebody give me one trade for tomorrow besides a put, because I'm looking at a whole bunch of puts today. I'm looking at a whole bunch of shorts for tomorrow. Especially if these, where are we at right now on the futures? Investing.com. Where's the futures at right now? I know Asia. Where's Asia at right now? Forex. All right, so actually the futures are up. So Asia's looking good right now. Gold is down. All right, so Asian markets is selling off a little bit. All right, but the futures are up. Okay. Might actually be good. Appreciate it. I see somebody in the chat room said I look good. Thank you. Bo White. So I got the conservative look tonight. Yeah, I got my alt-right look today. You know, got that coon alt-right look. I ain't no coon though. AVP bounce off 200. Okay, let me see that. AVP, there's the 200 on the daily. Looks like it's actually a rejection of the 200. It's actually a rejection of the 200. But yeah, oh, this is nice on Avon. Shout out to, yeah, we brought it up these last 2 days. I forgot about Avon. Slight rejection of the 200, so it's fighting it though, man. But yeah, if you get a nice little surge, maybe they put out some news or something, get back to some bullish momentum on the 200. Obviously, it's on a lot of people's radars, being this close to such an important moving average. All right, nice play on Avon. I mean, you were up 2% today, but you actually had the stock above it for a minute or two before. Unfortunately, you didn't get the commitment above that 200 line. The 200 is just above it at $2.80. You're at 277. I'll give it to you though, but you gotta close above it. You gotta close above it. You did manage to do that back on the 20th, and then very next day you kind of had some gains as traders look to play the move into the 200 average. All right, but nice play. No, I like that call. I like that call. CHK for the continuation. All right. Yeah. Said Coon Jesse. That's hilarious. Yeah, you got to say on Facebook, you can't say the word coon now. They're like, oh, they're banning people who say coon. So now the new way to call somebody coon on Facebook is to actually say raccoon, but you lowercase the rat and you just capitalize the coon. So it's the RA and then the coon is large, you know. It's hilarious, man. So everybody's doing like the raccoon thing. DNR. DNR. Denbury Resources. Up 16%. Up 16%. These oil and gas plays, yeah, I mean, continue to watch these. I mean, we talked to Bats today about it. Let me see here. Was that a move in natural gas? Is that why? Nat gas? No, I didn't see. There's no move in nat gas. In fact, nat gas is actually down from this morning. Nat gas has had a horrible month. Now this week, nat gas is a lot better looking for this week, especially when you talk about since February 16th. Now as a month, it hasn't been a very good month for it, but at least these last week. In fact, can I get the chart for natural gas? Can I get the chart for natural gas? Yes, I can. Nat gas. Let's see the forex.com nat gas price. And as you can see here, here's natural gas again. As the month, right? Month starts around here. Here's February. Hasn't been solid, but prices are starting to stabilize. Here's the day developing in nat gas, or this probably is today. As you know, these commodities are traded 24/7. But this has been the nat gas chart. All right, nat gas here on TradingView NTG USD. And, you know, great January, right? Great January. Horrible February. Obviously, something came out. We're probably talking about supplies. All right, maybe too much supply or just lack of demand. Too much supply or lack of demand. Great January, but horrible February. And let's see what the CHK chart looks like. And really didn't play into it for January at all. But February, the prices really took a hit on the stock. Really took a hit on the stock. What? You said you hate Facebook? Man, you know, I got a book that I never came out with because I thought about going into the ebook space. You guys, I talked to you guys about that a day or two ago. But you know, like dating ebooks were really popular about a year or two ago. They're still pretty popular. But how to Mac on Facebook. Like, Facebook is the biggest dating site in the world. A lot of people don't realize that, but there's some brothers out there who are really killing it on Facebook, man. Don't go to a dating site. Go on Facebook. You don't need to pay, you know, these other pages, $50 a month or all that, dude. You got a nice Facebook page. You take good pictures. You got good interaction with your friends on there from years back or close to you. You know, a nice public page. You just hit honeys up from Facebook, man. You know, I was going to make a book on that, but what's going on, Corey Kwan? Yeah, we just chilling right now, man. I'm just kicking it with y'all for a minute. Jerry Spanberg, O-R-E-X. O-R-E-X, O-Rex. Damn, left a lot of people up there at $1.60. Closed at $1.25. Again, you're getting us in there a little bit late. Obviously, nice couple days in the stock. Where was my entry? Here again, 56. That's the 20th. All right, this is back on Monday, if I'm correct. Oh, no, excuse me. It looks like, when was that? Tuesday, excuse me. Yes, Tuesday. Tuesday was your entry. Again, that's where you got the cross, right? Confirmation. Oh, yes, beautiful. There's the beautiful cross, 510 cross. Confirmation on the RSI. On the hourly, that's your entry. And you would have sold up here at 136. Nice return, 83 to 136. That would have been a nice return. But you're getting us in a little late now. Obviously, it's selling off. Here's the hourly chart. Again, each candlestick is 1 hour. And towards the end of the day today, you know, a lot of profit taking into the close as well, selling off into the close. So this looks like it probably is going lower. This looks like it's going lower, looking to retest that at 107. Possibly even lower than that. Where's that 50 at underneath it? It's still below it. All right, so it looks like you've kind of missed the train on that one. All right, so you'll probably get a red day tomorrow. It could bounce. All right, figure out what's going on with it. Yeah, Jerry, I agree with you, Jerry, on that. That'll be a good short tomorrow. I agree with you. That selling into the close is a good sign. Another stock that I'm looking at as a possible short too is INFN.